Li mistana u għawek għanna l-Olivien. How are you? Le, għanna maħna l-Laura. Swal, Laura, we've changed the running order, I'm sorry. How are you?
I'm very well, thanks. Yourself?
Good, and I was saying, Olivia's looking different today, as I know it's not Olivia. It's Laura. How are you?
Very well, thanks. You?
I'm good. I know you have another exciting project, and yes. I loved watching the video clip that you sent over. If you may, I'd like to watch that clip first and then talk about it in more detail. Is that okay? Perfect. And now that clip film.
If you're an artist or a creative and you'd like to take part in the trail, we'd like to hear from you. I've been an artist for as long as I can remember, and when I moved to Malta, I found myself working in an empty shop in a busy cafe quarter. I had no signs on the door, there was no art on the walls, I was just busy painting, and people started to come in. They were really interested in what I was doing. They wanted to see how I worked and they wanted to talk to me about it. I also realised that these were people who wouldn't necessarily take the time to go to a gallery. I was missing an opportunity in a way to share what is arguably the most exciting part of creating any kind of artwork, and that's the creative process itself. So from this experience an idea began to form, and the idea was to have a way of sharing artists' work with the general public, but engaging people in the process of making and not just the end result. So I started to think that maybe other artists might be interested in this idea as well, because it's not just a way of showing your work, it's actually more than that. It's connecting with people in person and showing them how you do what you do. Over the past year I've been developing this idea into something much more solid and concrete, and I've called it Allura. The purpose of Allura is to create an open studio where artists can work and the public are invited in to share in the experience. This has the potential to offer artists a way of showing their work in a much more personal way, so they'll get a chance to build a relationship with the public and their audience. But also it offers the public a chance to see the artists at work, which you don't normally see, and get a real insight into the creative process. We were recently given an award in the creative category of the Malta Innovation Awards. The Ministry of the Economy, who run the awards, look for projects which are innovative in some way, but also which have the potential to go beyond just the idea, so it was a real honour to be recognised by these people. Allura has an event coming up called The Trail. The Trail is a walking tour of open artist studios which will take place across multiple venues in St Julian's and Sliema on the last weekend of October. The Trail is a tour. The public will be given a map, and each venue on the trail will have a number. People can choose what they want to go and see, and each artist will get a chance to interact with the public and have their work be seen. The event will be a bit like an art fair or a festival. We'll have stalls, but also we partnered up with local councils, with the church, with schools and with charities, but also with local businesses who will act as venues to host artists for the event. If you're an artist or a creative and you'd like to take part in the trail, we'd like to hear from you. We're looking for work in a range of disciplines, so this could be anything from photographic or digital art, printmaking, sculpture, street art, or even performance art. We're looking for work that's innovative, so this could be in terms of your subject matter, your style, your materials, or even your techniques. If you'd like to apply, you can do this through our website, which is allura.com.mt.
That's an amazing video. It was really pleasant to watch that. Can you give us more information about the Allura Malta Open Art Studios?
Okay, so the idea of this is that it's about open studios as a kind of evolution of the gallery concept. So people can come and visit artists at their place of work to actually see how they produce their art. So that's the difference.
So that people can just come in there and see it firsthand with their own eyes how it's actually happened.
So it's about meeting the artists, it's about understanding the creative process and kind of engaging in a sort of more meaningful way, if you like.
And as you said in the video yourself, you experienced this firsthand because when you were working in your studio, you saw how curious people were as they were walking by there in St. Julian's, a very common place where people are just walking with their dogs or just going for a nice evening walk, and they'd probably step in there and ask you questions about what you're doing. Is that how it started?
Yeah, exactly. So people that you wouldn't expect as well, you know, people just kind of see that you're painting or you're kind of in the middle of doing something interesting and they want to know what that is.
And so it's a kind of conversation point, really.
That intrigued an idea and a spark.
Yeah.
So there's an open call now.
Yes.
We forsi nistgħu ntellaw il-poster ukoll għal din l-event li qed issir. Għal aktar informazzjoni tistgħu wkoll titlu fuq is-sit www.allura.com.mt. This call, who are you calling?
Okay, so we're calling artists.
Yes.
And so that doesn't necessarily mean artists in the traditional sense, although we do invite painters and sculptors and printmakers. These are kind of what people think of when you say artists. We've already had a lot of applications, but we've been able to extend the deadline till the end of June. Okay. So this is the poster, so people may have seen this around. So the poster explains that we're looking for photographers. What else have we got in here? Got photographers,
filmmakers,
illustrators, exactly, designers. We've got craftspeople as well, but we're also planning to represent virtual reality, animation, movie effects, and video game designers as well. So it's very, very broad.
So people can apply, and does anyone who apply get an automatic submission, or how does it work? Okay,
so how this works is that we invite applications, and we have, so it's a walking tour in multiple venues, so it will depend how many venues we are able to secure. We've already got a number of venues, so we'll accommodate as many of those artists as possible. But obviously places are limited, so we'll have to be selective, and we'll do this in the best possible way. So we'll try and include artists who are doing something innovative,
the dates there are 3rd and 4th of November.
Yes.
The submission date is till 30th of June.
Exactly, yeah.
And the actual exhibition itself, as you can see there, is 3rd and 4th November, right?
That's right. We also have a number of free places, which we're offering to students of MCAST, Malta University, and also St Martin's who are taking part. So limited free places, however. So we invite students, because the whole point of this is to support artists, especially young people who are coming through and who are just at the beginning of their careers.
Allora din hija opportunità brillanti għal dawk in-nies li forsi għadhom qed jibdew f'din l-industrija wkoll biex jibgħatu x-xogħol tagħhom hawnhekk u għandhom letteralment plattaforma kbira fejn nies jistgħu jiġu mbagħad u jaraw il-xogħol tagħhom. Just to wind off before we close, I know that you've been shortlisted as well for the Social Impact Award, and I'd like to ask you how that feels and a few words about that just before we close.
Okay, so the Social Impact Awards are run by the Gassan Foundation and Inspirasia Foundation, which is headed up by Mark Weingard, who is a very successful businessman but also a philanthropist who wants to do something positive and good that has social impact in Malta. So that's what the awards are all about. They support new enterprises, so startups. And Allura has been shortlisted, so there are a number of sort of steps that you have to go through, but it's the first step, so we're very pleased to be included.
Well done, that's great.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for coming back on the show. It's been lovely to see you as always, and well done for your next initiative.
Thank you.
Grazzi lilkom, se ngħaddu għal pawża qasira oħra ta' teleshopping wara tfadlilna aktar nies ma' min niltgħu, se niltgħu mad-designer Olivian, ħan niltgħu wkoll ma' The Crowns, se nitkellmu fuq ħafna affarijiet interessanti u jekk jogħġobkom ibqgħu magħna narakom daqt.